Always ensure the part fits your machine first before installing. Before discussing how to diagnose and fix this machine, if you're a laundromat owner, then you should know that for only $100 per month, a new company called Revellaundry.com can provide your laundromat with software that acts as a full-time employee handling most customer issues at your laundromat. If the Speed Queen LFNE5RSP115TW01 commercial front load washer isn't draining properly, you'll notice excess water after the cycle has ended or hear a humming sound during the drain cycle. First, check for blockages in the drain filter. You can access this by removing the cover plate at the bottom of the machine. If it's dirty or clogged, clean it thoroughly to ensure proper draining. If the problem persists, disconnect the drain hose at the back of the machine and use a garden hose to flush out any debris. Be sure to put a bucket underneath to catch the excess water. Should these steps fail to resolve the issue, it's likely the drain pump may be faulty and need replacing. The correct drain pump part number for this appliance is included below. If the clothes are still soaked after the spin cycle, the issue might be an unbalanced load. Try to redistribute the clothes evenly and rerun the spin cycle. If that doesn't help, the drive belt could be the problem. Access it by removing the back panel. If the belt is loose, frayed, or broken, you'll need to replace it. You can do this yourself by loosening the motor bolts, removing the old belt, and fitting the new one. The correct drive belt part number for this appliance is included below. Leaking water is often caused by damaged hoses or faulty water valves. First, check your inlet and drain hoses for any visible leaks or weaknesses in the hose material. Also, inspect the connections and tighten if necessary. If these measures don't resolve the issue, the leak might be due to a faulty water valve. Access it by removing the top panel of the washer and inspect for any signs of defect or wear and tear. The correct water valve part number for this appliance is included below. If you're experiencing control panel issues, first try to reset your machine by unplugging it for a minute, then plugging it back in. Sometimes, power glitches can cause the control board to freeze and not respond. If the problem persists, remove the top panel to access the control board. Check for any loose wiring or indications of burn marks on the board. The correct control board part number for this appliance is included below. Overheating might be due to a faulty thermostat. To diagnose, check if the drum is excessively hot even on a cold wash. If it is, the thermostat might need replacing. To replace, locate it usually at the back of the washer, remove the faulty one, and attach the new one. Activation of the thermostat should result in a reduction of heat. The correct thermostat part number for this appliance is included below. Excessive shaking can indicate an unbalanced load. Try redistributing laundry evenly. If that doesn't work, the suspension springs may be worn and need replacing. The correct suspension springs part number is included below. If the door won't open, disconnect the machine from power to reset the locking mechanism. If it still won't open, manually release it by removing the top cover, reaching inside and pulling the manual release tape. If this fails, the door lock probably needs replacing. The correct door lock part number for this appliance is included below. Loud noises may indicate a problem with tub bearings or pulleys. Diagnose by manually spinning the tub from inside. Grinding noises indicate a faulty bearing. Access and replace the bearing via the back of the machine after removing the outer tub. The correct tub bearing part number for this appliance is included below. If the detergent isn't dispensing properly, first ensure you're using the correct detergent and not overfilling. Next, clean out any crud from the dispenser drawer. If problems persist, the electric dispenser may need replacing. The correct dispenser part number for this appliance is included below. For issues with power, first check the outlet with another device to ensure it's working. Next, inspect the power cord for damage. If you can see the power board, check it for obvious signs of blown capacitors or other damage. If these steps don't resolve the issue, do not attempt to fix it yourself due to the high risk of electrical shock. contact a professional technician instead. The correct power cord part number for this appliance is included below. If the washing machine isn't turning or spinning correctly, it could be the drive belt or pulley. The best way to check is to manually spin the drum. If it spins freely with a little resistance, it's likely the drive belt. On the other hand, if there's a lot of resistance or it doesn't spin at all, it might be the drive pulley. Replace as needed. The correct drive pulley part number for this appliance is included below. If the water temperature isn't correct, it could be the temperature sensor. You can test this sensor using a multimeter to see if it's reading the correct resistance as per the user manual. The correct temperature sensor part number for this appliance is included below.